of our guest fighters. We're going to be fairly swift today. We've got around about half an hour. All of the fighters, of course, heading on over, prepared and ready to go for the weigh-ins. Very exciting times here at the O2 for the UFC. I beg your pardon? Thanks. Come on, boys. Come on, ladies. I'm going to stand here, and my job today is to make sure that you guys go politely to these two microphones up there. We have some down here, and ask lovely questions of our guest fighters. Luke Rockhold, the middleweight champ, is currently lost. He's lost in London, but he will be here very shortly. In the meantime, we have the Hall of Famer I'm sure you've all come to speak to. Please give it up. He has fought pretty much everyone else in the Hall of Fame. I'm not even going to go through the list. You know him simply as Forrest. And he can still run. Look at that. How are you finding London, first of all?
It's good. It's good. I went to the Churchill Museum this morning.
The Churchill Museum?
Or the bunker.
Okay. The Cabinet War Rooms?
Yeah, something like that.
You're in our hometown now.
With the castle above it.
Okay. And you went yesterday to the house?
There was a point. The point was it was amazingly motivational. You
now want to wage war?
Well, I tell you what I don't want to do is live in a bunker anytime soon.
Fair enough. You also went to Soho yesterday. You saw the Houses of Parliament. You've done the sights.
I did. I saw the castle last. I've done it all. Basically, I'm over you guys already.
Okay. Well, we have hopefully a few people who are going to step up to the microphones and ask any question you like. Please be polite and courteous. No expletives. Is that a man in a white T-shirt heading down to the mic up there? Are you first, sir? No? If you are first, just tell us your name. Fire away to Forrest. Let's get straight into it. Yes, you, sir. Hi. I would say the man with the beard and the tattoos, but that doesn't narrow it down.
Hi, my name is Jan. I'm from Czech Republic. Yeah, far away. But we are all real happy to be here, to see you and
most tomorrow, yeah.
And that's all.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, the Czech Republic in the house. I think we've got people here. The gentleman, it's a bad light, so just tell us your name and what's your question for Forrest.
Is that me? Yeah, it's me.
You, sir.
Aleem, I'm from Birmingham, UK. Forrest, it's really great to have you here in the UK, so welcome. Straight into it. Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz.
Conor McGregor, best thing ever, or exactly the thing we just needed?
But who wins when pumped full of steroids?
Yeah, that's funny that even came up. Those are two guys that are obviously not on steroids. At 170 though, don't you kind of think, and this is just my thought, that the fact that Nate had to take the fight at 170 means he was a little out of shape? Just agree with me. Act like I'm onto something, guys. Come on, yeah. So, I just thought, there were 50. And if I was Conor at the press conference and Nate was like, I said I'd take it at 160, whatever, I would have been like, cool, then we're fighting at 55?
And just secondly, Forrest, since so many athletes are being outed for obviously drug use and steroids these days, do you feel that they should create a whole new separate division whereby fighters can just take anything and do anything?
We'll edit the answer out and the question. Next up is the chat behind you. What is your name, please? Your question for Forrest.
All right, mate. My name's Sam Wilkinson.
You're already doing better than the last guy, Sam.
Yeah, I was just wondering what ways you've found to get better when you want kind of available from maybe coaching staff or something like that. Just how you manage to develop in other ways.
So it's funny. I work I have a gym. I kind of go in there once great while, and these kids are getting good. I'm like, that's cool. How'd you learn that? YouTube.
Yeah,
freaking YouTube, and you just got to find, in college, I had a roommate that I would buy, dinner, and then I would drill stuff on him. Yeah. So
Sweet.
Find somebody, buy them a meal, and then beat them up for, a half hour.
Got to do it. Right. Cheers.
Thank you, Sam. We're going to go straight to you, and then we're going to go upstairs for a question. Gentleman with the black leather jacket.
Hi, Matt. I'm just wondering, Forrest, did Rich Franklin ever get that tattoo after he lost the bet to you?
He actually got like a huge henna tattoo, like, you know, the fake one, all over his back.
What was it of?
I don't remember. It was like something he actually wanted a real tattoo of. So, and then it went away in 3 weeks. So, you know, I don't know.
Okay, cool. Welcome to London, by the way.
I wouldn't have gotten a real tattoo either if I'd lost. So,
Thank you. We're going to come back to you in a second, sir, but there's a gentleman upstairs with the tracksuit. Fire away, your name and your question.
Ellis Park from Middlesbrough. Hi, Forrest.
lights.
Because people are fighting more at the natural weight, are you going to come out of retirement and fight Bob Sapp?
Man, you know, Bob Sapp's always my answer. Whenever I don't know something, it's always Bob Sapp. Yeah, no, I'm not going to come out of retirement of anything. I was just telling Andy backstage, I still grapple and hit mitts once a week just in case I get in a street fight. But no, I'm not looking to fight anybody.
Anything like Metamoris or anything like that?
No, they actually offered me to compete, and I said, I've been embarrassed enough in my career. I'm good.
There was just to build on that, there was a tweet from Pep Harris who said, would you consider a rematch with Anderson ever?
Man, I don't know. I wish I could redo the first match more than a rematch now. I've actually gotten so much worse, and he's still training every day, so that'd be sad.
If the money was right?
I mean, sure, why not?
Okay.
It couldn't go worse than the last time.
Okay, we have a gentleman there who's been very patient, and then I believe we might have news backstage. Yeah, your question for Forrest, far away.
Forrest, how's things? I'm from Ireland.
Yeah, you are.
I know. You were over there before in Dublin. I met you. What do you think of the atmosphere that night?
Oh, which fight? The last
McGregor Brando.
Oh, that was awesome, man. That was pretty amazing. It was like the 3-sided arena with the octagon in the back. That was I mean, I think Dana described that as like, the biggest night, the biggest energy he'd ever been to. I don't know if it was the biggest I've ever seen, but it was pretty awesome.
But my question for you,
Okay,
right?
what's the question?
A man that's been around, who's the best of all time, in your opinion?
The best of all time.
Yeah, pound for pound.
I have no idea. Come on, that's so debatable.
Who would you call?
Yeah, I mean,
I call George St. Pierre.
it's close.
You could have the argument.
Yeah.
Now we're going to come back to more questions straight away, but a gentleman who's found himself lost in London but has made his way to Indigo at the O2. We first saw him, I first met him in Macau when he was watching Bisping versus Kung Lee. We had a chat then. He subsequently went on and beat Bisping. He then beat Weidman, and he is now, ladies and gentlemen, the middleweight champion of the world. Give it up, Luke Rockhold! How you doing? I'm well. Welcome, Luke. Welcome to London. This is your audience, it's Forrest's audience. Guys, straight away, just fire away with your questions. Luke's ready. We're going to go for you up there, sir.
Traffic. Took about an hour and a half to get here in traffic, and then literally sat for about 20 minutes, thanks to the security.
But you got the belt now, don't you? Fly in on a chopper? I mean, isn't that the whole deal now? The champ.
Yeah, no, I know. We need to arrange that, guys. PR team, come on.
So your question straight away. We don't have too much time, so please let's be quick and polite and direct. So we're going to go for you up there with the hat, please. There's a lady in the way, so we're going to come down to you. Being patient.
Hi. Careful now. Oh.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
Hi, Luke. Hi, Forrest. My name's Abbas. I'm from Edinburgh. Luke, down here. I met you in Berlin a couple of years ago. Nice. It was awesome to meet you. Two questions. Forrest, apart from winning the World Championship, what would you say is your greatest memory in the octagon? And Luke, since you've become champion, how would you say you've changed, if you have, or how your life's changed? I mean, sort of obviously there's a lot of PR involved, etc., going to the Super Bowl, awesome stuff. But how do you think that interferes with your training and stuff? Do you think it's more hectic? Can you kind of, adapt to that quite easily?
You go first.
I believe you were first.
All right, I'll go first.
Best moment ever in the octagon?
Yeah, probably when I won the contract.
I can't step in front of those shoes, Forrest. I'll never step in front of those shoes.
You don't want to mess with the moon boots. Yeah, probably the first Ultimate Fighter.
Okay, we got that one wrapped up. So Luke, have you?
All right, damn.
How have you adapted to being champion? Or what have you had to do to adapt?
I mean, it's been good. I've always traveled a lot, enjoyed my off time. I stay busy. I need a certain amount of time away from the cage to obviously, I think, better myself when I get back. Kind of like visualization and being around it. I'm seeing fights, and you got to get that outside perspective. I got to get away from the cage. I'm hungrier. I have that fire when I get back in the gym. I absorb information, and I'm better when I get back. So it's getting to that point. I'm getting that itch, and I'm ready to get back on. I think this is a long layoff. I'm fighting in June, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Just one more thing. I've got a belt with me. Do you mind signing it?
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thanks, man.
Okay, what we're going to do is this chap was very patient. Please fire away. And we're going to ask, just because of time, if it can be one question each, guys. Thank you.
My name is John from Dublin, and it's a question for Forrest. I was at your last fight against Tito Ortiz, and still think you retired too early, but did you decide to retire before that fight or after the fight?
No, I was actually scheduled to fight, I forgot, somebody else. And I tore my knee out. I got ACL, MCL, meniscus, and then 8 months later, I tore my MCL off the bone again, and and that was the end of it. I was probably done anyway. I mean, I was already sliding down, so maybe it's good that my knee tore out horribly, and now I limp.
Possible to get a picture with you before you leave?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you're gonna have to jump like a good 35 feet.
I can do it.
Okay, we're gonna zip across the chap here with the T-shirt on, please. Your name and your question for the champ and for Forrest.
Yeah, my name is Philip Weirgill. Just a quick question for both of you. Which one is your toughest fights, and in terms of performance-wise, which one do you feel like you could improve in the most?
I think for me, toughest fight. I was a young kid, and I wasn't as polished as I am now. But it was Jacare Souza at the time in Strikeforce. I had a long layoff, and I came, and he was up there, and it was a stretch, and it was the hardest fight to date. It was a 5-round war, so it's the closest fight too, probably.
That's a good answer. My toughest fight has been against obesity, but I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Luke,
Chicharrones didn't help last night.
Luke, I'm going to jump in very quickly. There is a scheduled fight for you, but is there anyone in the division that you really want to fight still? You talk about Vitor, about getting revenge. Obviously, Jacare, you've got a history with. Is there anyone, post-Weidman that you'd consider is on your hit list?
I mean, there's some tough challenges out there. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. If one of them looks good, it interests me, of course. So I've had a past with Bisping, and Anderson's always a guy I've been on my radar, someone I'd like to add to my resume. So we'll see.
The cool thing about being the champ is Luke kind of sits back and just waits to see who.
Come get some,
Yeah,
That's
exactly. You just kind of lay back, and whatever happens.
There we go. We're going to come straight to you, sir. Fire away.
Hi, good evening, gents. Angelo from here in London. Forrest, I hope I didn't scare you yesterday at Tower Bridge.
No.
It's all right.
You did, but yeah.
Luke, congrats on shocking the world. For you, Forrest, are you going to be at the MGM for McGregor Diaz? And Luke, is it Kane already in full training?
Yes.
Kane?
Yeah, Kane Velasquez.
Kane, he's recovering. He had his back surgery, so I believe it's a short recovery process. He should be in the gym within a matter of weeks, from what I understand.
And I suppose Daniel is in camp.
Cormier is in camp. Yes, he'll be fighting John Jones, and I got to get back home and help him out, and so we can secure that title.
No problem. Right. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. We're going to jump upstairs. Go for it.
Damien here. Forrest, you're an absolute legend.
That's what I tell myself.
Question for Luke. How do you find the rematch is going to go against Weidman without any injuries either side? And any update on Dad at 5,000?
I'm excited to get back in there and obviously silence all the doubters if they're, what lay out there still. I think it's a tough task to fight on antibiotics, and it just kind of drained me. It wouldn't let me fight the fight that I'm usually used to. I believe I can go out there and I can execute. I can put them away early this time. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna cut angles, and I think I'm gonna knock him out early. Probably within 2 rounds, I'd say. I don't think it lasts very long this time.
Can I just build on that just a second? You talk about the doubters. It wasn't a level fight. It was pretty much a dominant fight for you. You know, made the most of his wheel kick. You finished him off. Where are you getting this doubt from? Is it Twitter? Is it social media? Is it other fight camps? I mean, it was a win.
I don't know. Some people seem to think it was close. I didn't see it, and people keep talking about the spinning heel kick or whatever. I was winning the fight before. It would have been the same outcome either way. But I'm looking forward to going in there and just putting Weidman away for good and moving on to the next challenge.
Okay, thank you for your question. We're going to zip across to you, sir, in the grey tracksuit. Go for it.
Hi, my name's Ali. I've got a question for both of you. As 2 fighters that have come back from setbacks, I think Anderson can come back from the Weidman knockout and have a good fight with you, Luke, even at his age.
I mean, he's come back. He's looked all right.
Now you see what Anderson's done wrong here is he got old. I think he's over 40, and don't be over 40. That's just a rule to follow in life. Don't do it.
That's the problem. If he wins this fight, he's in big trouble. So I'm just going to say that.
Thank you for your question. We're going to come straight back to you and then down.
Questions for Luke. Luke, with UFC Fight Pass now showing Glory and the Eddie Bravo competitions, was that anything that you'd be interested in doing?
Because you're not busy or anything.
Yeah.
In the future.
By the way, nice tracksuit. I got the same one. Hey. Yeah, I'm a bit busy right now. There's a little more on the line, and I can't dabble outside. I'm more eager to get back in here and defend this belt. The pay's a little better.
Thanks. Good luck against Wham.
Thank you. We're going to zip through a few questions here. I'm very conscious of time.
Okay. Yeah, if this question's for Forrest. First off, you're a legend. And
is the answer C? Is it multiple choice? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, right, man. And you was a heavy underdog on your first match against Shogun Rua. No one thought you was going to win, but you won. No one thought that TJ Dillashaw was going to beat Renan Barão, and he smashed him up and everything like that, yeah? On those notes, do you think that Bisping might have a chance to do history and beat Anderson Silva tomorrow?
Well, more importantly, that guy does. All right, so here's the thing. I think Anderson's only fought twice in the past 3 years. He's over 40. He's coming back from major injury. If you look at Bisping throughout the sphere of his career, he's been consistent. He always shows up, except for the one fight where he was coming back from the eye injury and he fought Tim. That was the only time he ever looked bad and didn't win the hustles and didn't do what he was capable of doing. I think he's back. He's in shape. He's in a bit of a rhythm. Anderson's a bit of an unknown.
So you're going with Bisping on this one? Yeah, come on.
Excellent, Forrest. And one quick question for Luke. On that note, if he beats Anderson tomorrow, yeah, don't you think that's more than enough reason to have a title shot? Because it's about time he has a title shot. And would you like to rematch him if he beats Anderson tomorrow?
It'd be hard to deny him a title shot. So hopefully he can fulfill his destiny, which he always says. But I'd enjoy shutting his mouth one more time. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you for your question. Thank you. We're going to jump up there, sir, with the EA Sports UFC 2. Finish the fight T-shirt on.
How you doing? My name's Josh. What do you think Anderson Silva's career is going to be if he loses? How do you think he's going to plan that?
I think his legacy is secured. I mean, he's done his thing, and it doesn't matter if he loses really at this point.
What about for Bisping then?
I mean, Bisping has been his whole career trying to get that title shot, and seemingly this is his opportunity. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, he's a tough dude. He's been there with some of the best guys, and I'm sure he'll go down as one of the tops. But we'll see. We'll see if he can get his title shot.
Thanks, champ.
Okay, thank you. Zip across to you, sir.
Nathan from Leeds. I've got a question for Luke. What were your reaction on Anderson getting caught on PEDs, and do you think that'll affect him tomorrow? It's
sad to hear someone in that situation. You know, at the top of the sport, someone there. I'm not a fan, of course, of all these people, and I'm glad that things are cleaning up. And it's hard to believe he would have a better performance. Obviously, he didn't look the greatest against Nick Diaz. Given the suspension and the layoff, you can't expect him to come back any better.
Thank you. Let's jump downstairs. Sir with the black T-shirt.
Yep. What's up, Luke? What's up, Forrest?
What's up, man?
Got a question. Wanted to know, after you defend the belt in June, would you consider moving up to 205?
It interests me quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
But your boy, though.
I'm not gonna step on my boy's toes. Yeah. DC is gonna, I'm not going there.
What about
but he's older. He's older, and I would definitely move up if he were to retire. I'm interested in that. I'd jump straight to heavyweight too if Kane retired.
I actually noticed a couple of years ago, like, we're like the exact same size, except you have a small waist. What the, I know, like, you're kind of big. What's going on?
I lay off the cookie binges, Like
Forrest, one more question for you. I know you said you're retired, but would you consider getting out of retirement, UFC 200, Chael Sonnen, Forrest Griffin? What do you think?
I mean, 200's actually right around the corner. I'd have had to start training like months ago. So God no.
Okay, thank you for your question. We're going to go to the chap straight behind you. We're going to rattle through a couple down here and then go upstairs. Quick question for you, please.
Right, so I used to be a fan of pro wrestling, right, until I found out it was fake. That was the other day. It was still real to me, goddammit. But anyway, listen, one of the best things about pro wrestling was the nicknames and the finishing moves. So for both of you guys, what would be your finishing move and what would you call it?
My finishing move would be the close decision, much like the Bisbee.
I'll put him on the Rockhold, Finish him with the Rockhold.
Great question. Thank you for your answers. Chat behind with the... it's like a jumper and a ginger.
Will do, yeah. How are you, lads? Look, I have a question for you. A lot of people say that Herb Dean let the fight go on too long against Daddy's boy, Chris Weidman.
He's still his son. Come on.
Dos Anjos apparently requested Herb Dean when he was scheduled to fight McGregor. Do you think fighters are going to start considering the referee before they go into fights? Like Mazzagatti, will let them tap for 10 seconds before he actually does anything. And
If I saw Mazzagatti on my sheet, I'd definitely put a little protest on it. I think it's definitely a thought for a lot of guys.
It's a random thing.
Herb's always done me right. So, maybe I don't know if Weidman might protest it next time around. I don't know.
Cheers.
Thanks for your question. Two more from here, and we're going upstairs. You, sir.
Question for Luke. There's a fella on Instagram that recommended Bleecker Burger, Skittles Yo on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
not
quite
me.
nice.
That's not me, by the way.
I got the black pudding,
Have you been there?
double.
Have you had
Yeah.
it? You had it?
I went for 2 burgers, 2 double stacked, one
There you
bacon,
go.
and one with the black pudding. Had to go for
You'll
it.
be happy. My actual question is, I don't know if you noticed at the open workouts in Vegas before your Weidman fight, you were booed when you came in, and you completely changed the opinion of all the fans out at the open workout when you did your session, and your focus was intense. It was solid. It was strong. Did you notice that? Did you notice the reaction that you got when you came out, and how you changed them? Did you take that into the fight with you? How did that affect you?
It didn't change me at all. I'm gonna be who I am. I'm not scared to get a boo. I'm gonna be exactly who I am. I'm gonna tell it like it is.
You stuck around for about 45 minutes signing autographs after that. That was longer than any other fighter that was there.
It didn't help. There was a lot of Irish fans, and me and McGregor had a little tiff in the past. We talked a little bit about each other, but that's over now. But it is what it is. I'm gonna be who I am. Doesn't matter. Boos or cheers, and just keep winning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chap, there we go. Straight behind your question, sir.
My question's for the champ. It was awesome being at your fight with Chris. Obviously, I think it should have been stopped in the third. So my question is, this time around, are you going to finish him in the first 15 seconds or the second 15 seconds of the first round?
It's hard to see Weidman get. He's a tough guy. I've seen me finish him in the first round, and you know, if we got Herb Dean, we might last to the second. You never know.
Thank you for your question. Very patient upstairs. Is that braces? You, yeah, you. It's a rucksack. Your question, whoever you are, sir.
This is a question for both Luke and Forrest. Recently, we lost Kevin Random, and I just wanted to know your thoughts on him. One of the pioneers of MMA, and one of my favorites too.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. He was an interesting guy to watch back in the day. He was just so explosive, and he battled through a lot of injuries and a lot of things. Obviously, it's sad to lose a guy in the sport that early, that young. So can't say much. Forrest probably knows him better. I mean, he's always a nice guy. I've met him a few times.
He lived in Vegas, so he trained. He came in and trained with us a bit. He was always an awesome guy. He was fun to be in practice with. He was lighthearted. You know, he's good people. He's the kind of guy you want on your team.
Okay, thank you for that question. We're going to come across to you. We've got probably 6 or 7 minutes left.
Jamie here from Manchester. A question for both. Following suit with Connor, who do you think the next person to move up? Well, in my opinion, if and when John Jones beats Cormier, do you think he'll move up?
No, don't be so sure. I lost track of the question. Go.
The question: Who's next to move up? Connor's going up. There's talk about John Jones. Should he get through? In fact, whether he wins or loses, he's got an option to go up in weight. Who do you think is next in the roster to maybe go up or down in weight?
I mean, who knows? Connor already jumped 2 weight classes. You know, maybe he jumps a third. Come get to know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how the division lays out. It's tough to say. John Jones is a big guy. He's been talking about moving up. I'd be open to it. It just depends, you know. But I wouldn't do it unless it was for the title.
Okay. Thank you for the question. We're going to go one more from up there to keep it fair. Your question, sir.
How much has Habib been working with you for the past 2 camps?
Habib has been with our gym for the past like 6 fights or so. I kind of, Khabib came into our gym and I kind of took him under my wing and started working with him and building him up from there. We've been together for a long time. Khabib knows. I got a nice shirt over there, by the way. I got to get back, help him out. I'll be seeing him next week in Vegas. We're gonna get some training in, and he's got a tough fight ahead of him. Tony Ferguson is a wild cat. He's throws some interesting stuff, but I think Khabib is still the uncrowned champion at the moment.
Thank you for that question.
Let me get a selfie quick as well, please.
We haven't got time. We've got a lovely surprise. Just take it. Just take the selfie. No one's going to be smiling up at you, sir. As you've got the T-shirt, we're coming back to you. Habib knows.
Right, guys. My name is Volta. We have like few fans from Russia here. So just real quick, I want to make a shout out for Nottingham Uni MMA Club. And then question for Luke. Obviously you train with Khabib, and my question is like your thoughts on his shape after injury and like your take on Ferguson fight. Cheers, man.
And if you could tell us his game plan too, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, right. We got the whole Russian mafia at our gym right now. They're all waiting for me. I was just texting with them earlier. It's pretty awesome. We got bringing them all in house now. I love all those guys. They're great dudes. Khabib is an animal. He's the one guy. I've never really had a 55-pounder in the gym that constantly circulates and keeps wanting to like grapple with me and work with me and wrestle, and he's always calm, you know, coming for it. So he's as tough as they come, and he's looking good right now. He's looking on point. I expect a great performance. I'm looking forward to go back and helping all the guys.
Cheers, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your question. We've got 5 minutes left. Still open to you. I just want to ask if any of the fights tomorrow night on the card jump out as things that are exciting for you. We've got, I believe, I might be wrong, but 8 English fighters. Is that right? You guys will probably know. Yes, we've got 8 English fighters. We're here in London. It's a cracking card for English MMA, for European MMA. Who stands out? What are you excited by?
I'm not that familiar with Tom Breeze. I don't think I've ever seen him fight live before, so I'm going to check him out.
Okay, Tom Breeze.
I've heard some hype about this kid, Tom Breeze. What do you guys know of Tom Breeze, huh? Pretty good, yeah. Yeah, all right.
So
Yeah,
he closed off, I think he beat Cathal Pendred back in Dublin in one first round, I think, and he's about 7-0, welterweight, top prospect, but you've also got Arnold Allen down at feather.
I love Arnold Allen, yeah.
He's a character. And Makwan Amikani versus Mike Wilkinson's going to be explosive.
There you go. Yeah. I'm excited to see the fights, man. I like the energy here. I like it.
It's all good.
Let's all give this guy a hand right here. Come on. Come on.
If you've been affected by any of the issues caused by this gentleman, please dial our hotline. We're going to go to you. We've got 4 minutes left of questions. Yes, sir, with the jacket.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Rockhold. We're going to keep going with the Khabib questions, yeah? So,
I know. Khabib's got some fans over here. Yeah. What's up? Bring it.
You've been saying in some of your interviews that AKA could potentially have 3 champions, you, Kane, and DC. But what about Khabib? And tell us about potential Khabib versus McGregor in the future.
I just said just now the uncrowned champion. Khabib's just had some injuries and it's been unfortunate. So, like I said, I believe he's the uncrowned champion, and I think we could easily, four-peat and have all 4 belts. I think Kane is still the undisputed. I don't see Kane coming back and losing to anybody. There was an unfortunate incident in Mexico City due to the altitude, and he'll be back. Sea level, yeah.
Make sure you get the fight with...
Watch and see next time.
But make sure you get the fight with Vita Belfort and knock him out.
Yeah. I think people agree with that. Right, we've got 2 minutes, and then we have a bit of a surprise because you are such a lovely bunch of fans. The chap here with the beige jacket, go for it.
Hi, it's Mo from London. Quick question to Forrest about MMA culture, the changing in kind of the pay packet for fighters. When you were fighting, the pay packets were quite modest, but now, if you can sell a fight, you can get up to the millions. However, still the lower order, the money is not quite there compared to other disciplines. What's your view on the kind of pay packet issue?
Well, I mean, it's as simple. Whose name's on the poster? Whose pictures are on the poster? Who's selling? Why are you going to the fight? Who's buying the fight to see what? The people buy the fight to see the main guys fight, to see Luke and Conor. Those are the people that make all the money because those are the people that bring the fans in. And maybe Khabib, too.
Okay, I'm being told we have 2 more questions, so we're going to come across to you. You've been very patient. And then we'll end up on there. So you, sir, with the... is that denim cutoff?
No.
No, you have denim cutoffs on. Yeah, you do.
In February?
Yeah, thanks.
Go for it. Your question, sir.
My name's Danny. My question's for Luke. I know you said a gentleman never tells, but who did you prefer screaming your name out? Was it Bruce Buffer or Taylor Swift?
Next.
Right, we're going to wrap up the Q&A with the question from this gentleman here. Make it a good one. Apologies, we haven't been able to squeeze any more in, but we do have an announcement.
One person, Mike Wilkinson. Who's going to win? Him or what's his name? Oh, I don't know. All right. Oh, the second question, who's going to win? In you.
Did that one go over your head too?
I don't know what you just said.
We must end on Wilkinson.
Wilkinson. Woo.
We're going to end on a better question, not a rant. Go for it, sir. You're the last man.
Last question then. So, Forrest legend. Sorry, this one's for Luke. If you did face Jacare, would it be a really good jiu-jitsu battle? Would you like to face him for that? Does he deserve a shot?
I think the winner of that fight is right there. And like I said, we had a close fight in the past, and I'd like to put an ending to it. So I think I go in there and I've grown. He hasn't. He's committed to a right hand. He's slowed down. I'd go pick him apart and finish him early next time.
Brilliant. By triangle?
Or Vitor, too.
Like nice.
Nah, I think it's more of a striking matchup. Okay. I think I'd knock him out.
All right.
Striking, I mean, jiu-jitsu. I like to start on the feet.
Brilliant. Ladies and gents, if I can just say again, apologies, we wanted longer, but there have been a few scheduling issues. Once again, let's hear it, please, for the champ, Luke Rockhold, and the legend, Hall of Famer, Forrest Griffin. As mentioned earlier, We have got a lovely little surprise. You guys would have known and would have seen the rumours, but we are now making it official. This is what's going to go down in Rotterdam in May.
The UFC Octagon smashes into the Netherlands for the first time May 8th. Homegrown heavyweight Alistair Overeem headlines this groundbreaking event, taking on fellow legend, teammate, and European striker Andrei Arlovski. With 56 fight finishes between the two, this main event is sure to rock Rotterdam and fans around the globe. UFC Fight Night Rotterdam, Overeem versus Arlovski, May 8th.
So we said it would be a nice little surprise. You knew the fight was here. You didn't know the fighter was here. Give it up for Alistair Overeem. Hey, Alistair, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We've probably got time for a couple of quick questions. I guess just straight up, are you looking forward to it? You're fighting at home and you're fighting another legend.
Looking very much forward to fighting the first UFC ever in my home country, Holland. Yeah, looking forward to fight my teammate Andre. Would be a little bit stupid to think that fight would not happen eventually. But yeah, happy to be in the UFC and happy to fight soon.
So just briefly describe how that works with the camp. I mean, how do you decide who trains where? Is it heads or tails? Is it just you move into different areas? How do you prepare if you're coming from a similar camp?
So we kind of were already training a little bit separate anyways because we kind of felt it coming. At least I did. And I think we'll be training at the same gym at Greg Jackson's in Albuquerque, and we'll be training at different times.
So have you already got the schedule?
Me evenings, Andre mornings, something like that.
Okay, so we're going to throw it open to you guys. It is a pleasure to have Alistair here, so we're going to zip through. Sir, up there, what is your question for Alistair, please?
Hi, Alistair. Welcome to the UK. Do you think you'll ever get the Brock Lesnar fight?
The Brock Lesnar fight?
A rematch.
Maybe one day in WWE, when I retire from real fighting.
Okay, well, there we go. There's the answer. Fire away, straight away, sir.
Hi, Alistair. Do you expect if you win, get a title shot?
I expect when I beat Andre, if I beat Andre, that I'll fight for the title next, yes.
And how many fights has it at this contract?
Sorry, please repeat that.
How many fights in this contract?
Oh, how many fights in your newly signed contract?
I'm not asking how much money you're making, damn it.
I'm not making so much than you, so.
Yeah, so what?
I'm a friend, I'll go right to
How much money do you make?
14 a month. How much money you make?
Okay, the chap behind you with the jacket, please ask Alistair your question.
Just on the Joe Rogan podcast, you did some stuff with that guy Wim Hof. I was just wondering what your sessions were like and if it'd be worth doing.
Okay, so Wim Hof, he's a very interesting Dutch character. I actually saw him a couple days ago. And usually what we do is we do breathing exercises and cold therapy. He has this outside pool, which is freaking cold. Because the Holland is the same temperature as here in England. And you go in there and yeah, it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Depends a little bit. But yeah, and then your breathing exercises and stay calm. I think it does help me during the fights. I find it, yeah, I feel good doing it. So, I think it does benefit me.
Okay, thank you for your question. I'm being requested if I can throw open to the media. I know it's been much rumoured, but now it's official. If you guys have any questions for Alistair, if we can get you a microphone, we will. Or please, I'm sure you know him already, stand up or ask a question.
Alistair, how much have you and Andre worked directly together in the past? And yeah, how much have you guys worked together directly in the past? And how would you describe your relationship? I know a few years ago there was a little bit of a tension where you think he was upset at your aggression in the gym. So how much have you worked together and how would you classify your relationship?
Well, actually, we didn't really train together. You can actually maybe count it on one hand, maybe two altogether. Yeah, and we're just not socialized. We're not friends. We don't really train together. We see each other. There's a hello. There's respect, of course, a teammate. But yeah, there's not really that much of a relationship. And that's also why, you know, I fought teammates in the past. I fought Tyrone Spong. I fought Saki in the K1. Actually, Saki, I was actually pretty close to at the time when we fought. So, you know, I've fought friends before. I don't have a problem fighting Andre, who's not my friend. He's my teammate. Yeah.
Fair enough. And you talked about the facilities. How about the coaching staff? Fight night on coaching staff. Have you guys worked that out yet? How's that going to be divided up?
Well, we've not really figured it out yet, but I'm going to head back to camp soon, and then that's probably going to be the first couple of things we're going to talk about.
Thank you, John. Gentleman down here, I believe you're next.
Yeah, hi, Alistair. How much did the new contract, how much did the main event in Rotterdam play in your contract negotiations?
Is this becoming a normal thing now to ask somebody else?
I think, to be fair, I think it's more about, rather than how much you earned, how much of your thinking was, if they're going to do a main event with me in Rotterdam.
Okay, let's rephrase that again one time.
Was a Dutch fight part of your decision-making process and part of your negotiation?
Well, of course, UFC is coming to Holland. It is going to be history. I like to be part of things like that, yes.
And what sort of atmosphere do you think we can expect in Rotterdam? Obviously, a lot of the European shows have been, you know, in the likes of Dublin, Glasgow, and hopefully in London tomorrow, have been, you know, really energetic. What can we expect from the guys in Rotterdam?
Well, it depends. I believe, you know, UFC events are always a little bit crazy. Fans are always very outgoing. Will that trend continue in Holland? I think it could, yes, I definitely do. I think it's also going to depend on the matchups. Dutch people are used to kickboxing. They like stand-up fights. They don't really like the wrestle game where nothing really is happening. Although I do have to say that UFC offers great technique on the ground, and there's reversals, there's submissions. So, yeah, it depends. It depends. I think also part of it will depend on, Dutch public needs to be educated about the ground game. But yeah, with me headlining and versus Andre, we're both stand-up fighters, we're both strikers. I think the audience will be very enthusiastic.
Thank you for your question. I believe I've been told we have one more question from the media. Please, your question for Alistair.
Alistair, what would it mean for you to obviously be fighting in your home country of the Netherlands? So what will it mean to you? And how do you see this progressing things in the Netherlands for MMA?
Well, I think it's a very big step. You know, there's a ton of kickboxing gyms. There's a lot of kickboxing events. Not really any big ones, since K1 is not there anymore. So what I think is going to happen is all these kickboxing gyms are going to convert into MMA gyms. And there's going to come a huge pool of new talent out of Holland. And I'm very excited to be part of that, of course. What was your other question?
How do you think the progression of MMA now is going to be in the Netherlands? How do you think people are going to react to this, obviously with K1?
Well, they're going to get educated, and I think it's going to be a new hype in Holland. And I think kickboxing, because there's no big events, you need a stage for new talent to go in, and I think UFC is that stage nowadays. So I think it's going to be a huge pool for new talent coming out of Holland.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your question. Thank you guys for your questions. I think we should just say a many thanks for coming over and telling us officially it's all going down in Rotterdam the 8th of May with the main event. Alistair Overeem, ladies and gents.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for all your questions. We're 15 minutes away from a weigh-in. All the athletes pretty much ready. They'll be out here in around about 15 minutes' time. Thank you.
Eu acho que a suspensão, eu sempre joguei limpo.
He had a tainted supplement, a tainted product that he was taking, and you know, people can say what they want, but that was a true story.
Sou contra o uso de qualquer tipo de anabolizante, sou contra, nunca usei.
You know, he's never tested positive before.
Let's go, then. Ready, coach?
Ready, sir.
Okay, thank you.
His body looked the same as it always has throughout his career.
185 for the former champion!
Existem as regras, né? E paguei a minha suspensão.